the Xfinity series here at Michigan International Speedway, I believe it's called. With me in the booth tonight, we have Fluffy. Welcome, Fluffy.
Hey, bud. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing great, sir.
We're also joined by another familiar face in the booth. Brody, how are you?
Doing good. How's everyone
Tired?
else? Oh
Good.
yep. I'm tired.
But these drivers last Thursday they went to Darlington, it's not a mile and a half, but it's treated like one. A
Yeah.
very straightforward race until lap 80 turned into a fuel mileage race. McCart and Sharp were the dominant cards of the field, and Solis got the win. That was a crazy race. Now with that win, locked him into the playoffs. So the drivers head to Michigan tonight. So Fluffy, I'll come to you with this question first. Is this an opportunity for another driver to win that's below the cutoff?
Did you say Brody or Fluffy? Kind of cut
Fluffy.
out there. Yeah, because this is Michigan. We saw last time that they raced here. It was a bit of a caution fest. We had, the bottom line is the only line here, going through the turns, and especially in Xfinity. So, are they doing normal draft again here? I assume.
It should be low, but since
Ooh,
we're
even
not
better.
host. But I mean, the race in the spring, if you can call it the spring race, was on low as well, and it still produced
Yeah.
big runs back in the pack, which will be interesting to see. But
Exactly. I was thinking if it was either on normal or high, you'd even have more so people trying to dive bomb people and going into the turns that are, 3, 4 car lengths back on the straightaway. But on low, it'll be a slower setup, and you'll have actual passes being made on the straightaway going into the turns instead, which is the way it should be. But I do think someone from the back will have a chance to come up. We lost, unfortunately, one of our winners jumped out of there, so we've got another spot in the playoffs that has opened up, and I think it's there for someone to take.
yeah, I think it is too. Brody, I'm going to come to you with this question: how aggressive will these drivers have to be? There's only 5 races left, including today, until the playoffs. I think Michigan, Mid Ohio Thursday. I know Pocono's in there. Yep, Mid Ohio, Pocono, then Charlotte, and then the Charlotte Roval, and then Daytona. So, Brody, how aggressive do you think these drivers will be tonight?
Well, I feel like every single one of these drivers that doesn't have a win has this race circled because it's kind of like a plate track. So I think, especially tonight, I think you're gonna see a lot of drivers make way more aggressive moves than what you've already been seeing in there's going to be more wild blocks, more wild dives into the corner, and on the final lap of the last Michigan race, Swifty moved, I believe, Sharp up the track for the win. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for something like that to happen again.
And I mean, I don't think it necessarily has to be below the cutoff line. We got Mo Doodle and McCard that still need wins.
Yeah, but before Iowan leaving, I said in the admin chat that if a Dank, a Matt Black, a Gigi Diamonds wins, then McCart is out. He's currently third in points, so it's just crazy to think that if that happened with some wild card races, Michigan's in here, we go to the road course, then we go to Daytona at the end of the season. There was a good chance for some new winners below the cut line.
Oh yeah. And there's a couple open seats now. Thursday is a sign-off cutoff date. We could have just some late drivers. They wouldn't be able to compete for the playoffs, but they could steal some wins.
Yeah, that's interesting to see. There's 22 has been open, what it feels like forever since the beginning of the season, and
Yep.
then the 6 is just now opened up, and then could possibly be a few spots opening up within the Chip Ganassi camp. Brody, what do you have? Do you have any insight on what Tiger is thinking about for free agency? Or not free
Uh,
agency, but like this, before the deadline.
no, I don't think we have any plans actually.
I can confirm that the 6 will be empty for less than 24 hours.
Is it someone within the league already, or someone that's outside looking in?
Well, they have rejoined the league all within the last few hours, but they were in the league initially. It is a
Okay.
possibility for them. There is also another that is we might be making a move around as well. We're looking for someone else as well. But within the league. Either spot, it's going to be within the league, and then I figure, hey, it's 5 races in playoff times, and I can set them free in free agency.
Yeah, interesting. Tongue twister. Interesting to see who will be signed then before Thursday. But looks like Sharp got the pole.
Good for him.
Mo Doodle second. Ghost in sixth. The one driver to point out. Swifties in third. Winner earlier in the season. Oh, before we get into the race, picks. Fluffy, who do you have winning tonight?
Well, popular pick is Ghost. I'm going to go against that grain. Because I basically think it's like a Kyle Busch in a truck race. You could go Ghost against the field here. I'm going to go Mo Doodle. I think he's got something to look forward to this race.
All right, Brody, who do you have winning tonight?
I think I'm gonna go with our spring winner and go with Zwifty.
Ooh, I like it.
I think if there's a track for him to get another win this season,
Dude, this
why
fits
not?
his style.
Yeah, why
so
not
much.
pick the track he already won at?
Lets him move people, but very fast.
But I will say he has to get away from Sharp. Sharp
Yeah.
is gonna pay him back sooner or later in this race.
Agreed. Who do you got, Joker?
I was sneezing. Oh, okay. I didn't.
Bless you.
Thank you, but I have Masopes winning tonight.
Nice.
Masopes said he was very interested and very poised to get that points lead back from AM after missing Darlington, so I expect him to run well. If he doesn't win, run well. So I'm interested to see how that will go. So I've just gotten spammed like 10 invites. I don't know if you guys have invites as well.
I don't think I've received one, but y'all don't mind throwing me one whenever. Oh, I did. Yeah. And I mean, if Masopes wins tonight, and he does maintain that lead, he's going to have a good 10-point playoff points lead going into playoffs after his bonus for winning, the regular season title. So, I mean, right now he's looking about having a 5-point bonus going into the playoffs. So, he needs those wins stacked up just to kind of really separate him from Ghost going into the playoffs.
Sorry.
And I think,
one thing I forgot to point out.
I'll be right back.
One thing I forgot to point out. We have a new driver in. Two things to point out. We have a new driver in the 54. Citrus has been booted out of his ride, if that's the most nice way to say it.
yeah.
Citrus is gone. It's Shifter. It's going to be interesting to not get Shifter and Swifties mixed up. But he's in the 54 tonight. And then Jay Seymour, I believe, is in a hot seat for the 99.
Ooh. I'm interested to see the Shifter. I hope, he does good. But I hope more importantly that it's a good race for him, because that's the big thing. Your first race you do in this league, if it's a good race, you get hooked. That first truck race I ever did was amazing. Horrible Xfinity race first time. It was at Bristol. People were here, but first truck race was fun. It got me hooked. It's a fun league to be in. That's for sure. I know that we talked about a couple seats opening up. It's unfortunate events. It's just timing with, in real life stuff comes up and people can't make the race times. But hey, right now all we're doing is we're giving a little time to a trusted owner. If anybody was graced with any minutes, it's I think Riley and Mayhem are the two that can pull it off. So he's got a couple minutes anyways before actual
Yeah.
technical race time. What,
I
about
had
5
an
minutes?
extra. I wish I had that extra 10 minutes, but it didn't matter in the Darlington race anyway. So, but I got a lap led.
There you go. Which, hey, in other news, we had a little tournament. You won a race. You're going to get a prize. So congratulations on winning a tournament race yesterday.
That's.
That was involved with a bunch
I'm
of us
pissed
Hennessy
because
drivers.
Mayhem.
I won one too.
Yeah.
Mayhem.
Okay.
I was in a good spot to at least. If I literally came 5 spots ahead of where I finished. I finished, I think, in 10th or 9th. I would have won or been tied with Drunk. But I think Drunk deserved it anyways. He's been there the longest.
Yeah. And he had those, it was his bonus points going in. He had the 15-point regular season bonus points going into that one. So
yeah. Good
racing from all those. And we're going to see a bunch of those guys in Cup later. What Xfinity guys were racing in there? Masopes was in there?
I think that's it. Masopes and Mayhem were the only two.
Iwan was supposed to come in last night. That's why this was weird news to me. He was supposed to race last night, but he must have come up.
If you can look at everyone who's watching the stream, if you can see the the main chat. That's a pin. Wait, I can't pin it. Oh, I can't pin it because there's already a 50 max.
Is it the?
We gotta get rid of some pins.
There's definitely, I think, one of my tournament ones up there.
Yeah, there's some that we can delete.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of those now.
Bogergate and Mayhem Gate, that can go.
Oh, we need some more Jay Harris memes.
I have not looked at these pin tweets in a while. When did JoJo say, I am better than Max?
I pinned that, yeah.
Looks like we're good to join.
Alright. I'm back.
I'm gonna, if you don't mind, Brody, send me an extra invite, and I'm gonna send you an extra one real quick. When we get in there.
Wait, can we join?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Yeah. Mayhem starting in the back, McCard starting in the back, Hale State starting in the back.
Wow.
I think Soap starting in the back as well.
Weird to see McCard not starting on the front row.
I know.
See how he fares back in traffic. We'll just say that he failed pre-race.
There you go. Had a bit too low of a spoiler there. You go put some Bondo on that thing.
So we're underway here at Michigan. Sharp lagging, or is that just me? He lagged a little bit.
He looks okay when you zoom in on him. Yeah, he looks okay. Well, look on board from Swifty. We'll go with edits. For Swifty, he's now edit since we have a shifter. Then it'll be.
Looks pretty calm for the first few. They're all 2x2. Sharp leads off of turn 4 and gets lap 1.
I don't think he's lagging. I think because he's on controller and the way he flicks, he's a little.
If you look on the stream, you'll see he was actually like rubber band back and forth. But
oh, okay.
Modoodle, he's gonna go under Sharp here. Maybe that's just my internet.
No, I think Sharp just couldn't get down low. Edits and Modoodle got the pass there.
Modoodle leads, Swifty second, Sharp third, Matt Black fourth. Look at Greg Tyrus. Little shout out to him running up front here, early stages of this race.
He's been talkative lately. I think he put in some practice laps.
Definitely looks that way.
One driver that needs a win.
Yep.
in order to move on to the playoffs.
And he's been, solid with his attendance all season. He just needs to, just cut
Look
through,
at
just
that.
get in the top tier.
New leader.
Sir.
Look at MBD
Your
as
pick
well.
right
He
there.
needs another
Yep.
win. All these drivers near or around the cut line up front. GG Diamonds, Greg
And-
Tyrus.
And NBD started, I think, in the 5th or 6th row, so impressive for him to drive all the way up to 3rd place now.
Now, do you think that, Sharp is really lifting early. Do you think maybe he's just set up tight, waiting to do his actual air pressure setups?
I think these
Probably.
drivers will
He-
have to save. That's why there's one driver that already lost touch with the pack. You see Ghost back here. They're all
Who
in a
is it,
party
ma'am?
together. I believe
Yeah,
so.
because it's what,
Yeah.
13 laps, and they get 12 laps of fuel for a tank, so they need to save one, but you actually burn an extra half or lap here, so right, your 2 laps you have to save about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I just
And
ran
then-
the first stage.